Welcome to Peep This Out Reviews with Ian K.
Stay frosty.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another high quality foodie feature for you here on the channel, Cheaters Cam style, after hours, this time over at Shake Shack because they've just debuted an all new Korean style menu and we're definitely going in on the main showpiece of it. So without further ado, feast your eyes on the very wet Korean style fried chicken sandwich. And guys, this thing is literally falling apart in my hands. The chicken sandwich diaper is pretty much history, guys. This is really drenched in sauce. What we've got here is a very nice standard bun that they have over here at Shake Shack, but on the inside, a crispy chicken breast filet. Nice and crispy, guys, as you can see, coated very nicely, and of course, antibiotic free, hormone free, all that good stuff. What it's coated in is gochujang sauce, which is basically a fermented chili paste glaze. Kind of spicy, kind of sweet, with hints of chili peppers, sticky rice, fermented soybeans, and salt. And I gotta say, it's very robust in the aroma department, looking pretty nice. Underneath it, we've got a little portion of their white kimchi slaw. There's really not too much there, but I gotta admit, guys, everything here is very aromatic, very nice. And incidentally, the very top of this chicken is topped off with toasted sesame seeds. Very nice in that department as well. So yeah, loveliness all around, but very messy at the same time. Like I said, this is pretty much disintegrating in the back of my hand here right now. Let's not waste any more time on this one. It's the all-new Korean-style fried chicken here at Shake Shack. Let's do it. Juicy. A lot of sauce. That is a hyper-sweet glaze, but here comes the heat. That's pretty nice. The sizzle is beautiful on that, actually. You know, I probably should have prefaced this review by telling you guys I'm not really a super fan of kimchi in general. I mean, I like Korean barbecue, don't get me wrong, I'm definitely a fan of that, but when it comes to the actual spicing of kimchi, I'm not really a super fan. But this works pretty nicely, guys. The crispiness of the chicken is on point. Let me go for another bite and we'll break it down further, but so far, pretty tasty. Oh, wow. I had to grab a few napkins real quick just to cup the very back of this one because it is really leaking hardcore. That gochujang sauce is pretty awesome on this, guys. And like I said, the heat is a nice sizzle, but it's very sticky, very sweet, and it goes amazing with the crispy chicken. As you can see, that's a solid chicken breast that you've got there, guys. Antibiotic-free, hormone-free, and crisped up very nicely. And when you bite down into it, you absolutely feel how dense the chicken really is. And then on the back end, you have a little bit of that kimchi slaw, which is just a spicy version of some cabbage, actually. It's not too bad, but the flavor is pretty banging on this, even with that elevated sweetness. You know, that was only like my second bite, but I'm already feeling like this sandwich is very small. Considering the price point was close to $8, it's a little elevated in the price point as well to go with the sizzleness of that heat, which is pretty nice on this. But again, typical Shake Shack pricing, the average burger is about $7 plus here in Southern California. But the chicken itself, I gotta admit, nicely done, guys. The crispiness is pretty bomb on it. It's not overly breaded, overly coated, but what is there soaks up that gochujang sauce beautifully. And considering how sticky it is with the extra sticky rice and of course the chili peppers and the salt and the fermented soybeans, all that good stuff that gives it that robust flavor, it is very strong and it hugs the nooks and crannies of that chicken pretty beautiful. Let's go for another bite on this one. Pretty banging, guys, pretty banging. I love the softness of that bun. It kind of just melds into it and forms a nice little pocket. It's good. My only problem with it, and I think this is where most of the moisture is coming from, is the kimchi slaw itself because everything is beginning to disintegrate in the very back of the sandwich. That's really the only thing, but naturally having that little chicken sandwich diaper initially up front is pretty good. I'd probably recommend they double bag this one, considering how much juice this has got, but even still, a very nice combination of flavors, and again, the sizzleness on point, primo. All right, so let's go for one more bite of this one, then we'll close it out after the rating. But guys, a very messy, sticky situation right now. I've got so much dropped in front of my napkins here in front of me. It's crazy, but still a delicious situation late night here on the Cheaters Cam edition of Peep This Out Reviews. Let's go for that last bite and we'll finish it up. Well, I gotta admit, I was a little nervous about biting into the paper on this one as I was getting further in, but as you can see, I'm doing a pretty good job with these napkins behind me. Guys, a lovely situation on this one, and I'm really glad to have given this one a shot. I was a little on the fence because of the kimchi element of it. I mean, I like spice, but again, like I mentioned earlier, kimchi itself is not really a favorite of mine, but this works extremely well with the awesome chicken over here at Shake Shack. So a lovely situation and something definitely worth checking out. Just make sure you got a bunch of napkins handy. Man, I've got so much to clean up in front of me here right now, if not on myself, literally. I am so sticky with that sauce right now, it's crazy. But this was totally worth the experience because it was a very delicious chicken sandwich, even if it was a little on the small side, like I was mentioning earlier. So with that said, I'm gonna have to give the all-new Korean-style fried chicken here at Shake Shack a pretty rock-solid 9 out of 10. I am very surprised how much I enjoyed the sandwich right now, and I think I may have been converted slightly back into the kimchi crew to give really the traditional version of it a shot. Next time I go out for Korean barbecue, I gotta admit, this works extremely well on this. And while I firmly believe it was the kimchi slaw itself on the bottom that added so much moisture to the overall sandwich that everything began to congeal and can basically disintegrate at the very back of it, I am very glad that it was there because it added the right amount of crunch and the flavor was pretty subtle. Again, a little bit of the spicing, just overall, a lovely situation. And thank goodness for that spicy gochujang sauce. I gotta say, it really works extremely well. It's so sticky, my fingers even feel like they're sticking together. It's very vibrant, very rich, but an elevated sweet level that I think you guys are gonna dig if you're into that type of thing. And of course, the toasted sesame seeds is a nice little accent just to finish it out for presentation. But guys, a lovely situation. Even if it's a little on the expensive side, it's worth checking out at least once, I think. All right, so a couple of questions for you. First and foremost, are you going to be giving this one a shot if you've got Shake Shack in the area? And if you are you generally a fan of kimchi to begin with? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And with that, this is Ian K closing out another high-quality foodie feature for you here on Peep This Out Reviews, Cheaters Cam style, after hours, bringing you brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why stay tuned for the next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Hey, and real quick before we fully close this one out, let me send a huge shout out and a very happy birthday to fellow Peep This Out Reviews family member Ian. We actually share the same name. Ian's got a birthday coming up, I believe this coming Monday, January 18th is the date. And it turns out someone he knows, aka his roommate Danielle, she actually reached out to me on social media to let me know that you actually had a birthday coming up and if I can send you a huge shout out. So let me just say a very, very happy birthday to you, Ian. And if I can just sing it to you real fast, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to Ian. I feel weird singing it to myself technically. Happy birthday to you. Shout outs to you and to all of you guys who are supporting the channel. I greatly appreciate the love and support and thank you so much for being there, especially on the live streams. Those are always such a blast. Health, happiness, and success always in that order, Ian. Stay safe along with staying frosty and I'll talk to you soon. Hey, thanks for checking out another one of my reviews. But just in case you didn't see the one before this one, you can find it right up over here, along with what I think YouTube's gonna recommend for you to check out as well. As always, I think you'll find something to like in both of them, and I'll definitely catch you in the next one. See ya.